welcome to the Busted Knees and Pretty Trees podcast. No, your ears do not deceive you. This is not Big Donkey Travis White, gracing you with this elegant and poetic intro to today's episode. Travis is still recovering after celebrating his victory of the challenge of who wins the sourdough cookie.
That's great, dude.
Okay, I'm just joking. Travis is not in a milk and sourdough chocolate chip cookie induced coma. He's currently feeling under the weather, and I'm not at liberty to discuss it any further due to HIPAA regulations.
Yeah, checks out.
You gotta watch out.
But he'll be back next week, and don't worry, because I still have patty cakes here with me today.
That is right.
And we also have a special guest today. Back on September 16th, the Busted Knees boys packed up and sauntered over to the Cultured Dudes podcast for an 80s and 90s movie Jeopardy episode.
In which I got my ass kicked.
Yeah, I wasn't going to discuss who won the contest or how Patty Cakes missed a question about his favorite movie, Goonies.
Literally directed at me. That was the hardest. I just suck at trivia.
Yeah, that was rough.
I've won one in 1 year.
We'll make sure we keep that going. But anyways, tonight we decided to bring the gentleman who Alex Trebek'd that episode down to the studio to talk to us. And I would like to give a very warm welcome to our podcasting cousin, Justin Neeley.
Hey,
welcome,
gentlemen. Thanks for having me down here, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, I just get tickled pink when we have people down here.
It's so much fun,
It's
dude.
fun to share this space that we are in every Friday night, with somebody else, and especially somebody that's in the gig. You know what I mean?
It's cool, man. Like, I've been down here a couple times. This is the first time actually behind the microphone.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when we were setting up, and it's changed so much, dude. It's so cool. One thing I didn't expect was the whole section dedicated to Walt. That's cool. I'm glad that I was nervous. I didn't know if I had to call somebody. I'm glad that he looks great.
We're treating him well. He doesn't like to leave the basement, but
No.
he's got his tree and he's hanging.
Yeah.
I had a shirt made that I was going to wear, and then I realized it was problematic. And it said, "Here for Walt," or "Came for Walt, here for the kids." And then I realized, because you guys are like the kids, man. Like, I'm like helping you out. And I'm like, I can't wear a shirt that says I came for Walt and then I'm here for the kids. So
You can wear that. I think Walt is an esteemed fella.
I walked into a liquor store this evening. I can't wear that.
Yeah.
I can't wear that shirt. I can't wear that shirt, man. But I'm glad to be here. And before, I know we got some stuff we got to get into, and Walt's got some stuff. But last time you were on my show, you guys gifted me a gorgeous photo.
Oh,
yeah.
So call me Saint Thicklus.
Ooh,
because I brought some gifts. Oh, thank you. Please do. I brought some stuff for you gentlemen as well.
Oh,
Let's
man.
go.
All right, but first I got to give Walt his thing first. Now, I didn't want to assume that he was a meat eater. I just didn't know much about Walt. He's very quiet.
Yeah.
So I thought the best thing for Walt, since I'm drinking a beer, I brought him a little beer. And yes, Walt, it is a dog toy, but I thought it was still very fitting.
Hey, it can be a large cat toy.
Still very fitting.
Well,
That's
he definitely
cool.
likes beer, too.
And
So.
I mean,
Yeah,
who
he
doesn't?
does. He gets tanked.
And then I brought a little something special for each of you. I know Travis not here, so you'll have to give him his.
Okay.
We'll see what it is for.
Yeah,
exactly.
I know that you guys are also trying to worry about ultra lighting and lowering your pack weight.
Yeah.
So I thought about I'll bring full size Snickers, but that's not the right move. So I got minis
Hey.
just in case. I figured those are probably a pound or so lighter.
Dude,
So
I'll tell you what, there is no amount of weight that Brad gives a shit about. If he's not bringing us Snickers, Brad is different on trail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like the commercials.
Yeah. I'm like, Brad, have you had a Snickers recently? You're not acting like yourself.
I also brought some goodies here. I got some other stuff here.
Jesus
B-Rad.
Christ.
Oh, you've been good boys this year.
Oh, thank you, dude.
Very nice.
B-Rad, this is for you, sir.
All right.
That's for you.
Oh, hell yeah, sure.
Let's go.
Oh, and it says B-Rad.
B-Rad.
I got one here.
Sweet.
I got one for
Oh, we got. Damn.
Big Donkey. He's got a shirt here as well.
Travi, wait till you see these shirts, dude.
This is Travis.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Don't you worry. I got one for you.
That's cool.
Got one for you.
Yeah, we definitely can't wear a Big Donkey shirt.
I love
At least not when I'm wearing my
Oh,
wall
my
shirt.
paddles.
Oh, hell yeah.
Cool.
Patty Paddles.
Patty paddles.
And then last but not least, I got this guy. So this, when we were in Missouri, I saw this at an antique shop, and it was like a little craft spot. This person makes these, and it is a map.
Oh, yeah.
and it has like little trees that you can put in for the forest that you guys actually visit. You guys do a
None
trip.
of these motherfuck truckers.
So you guys can actually like mark off which ones you guys do together.
Let's go.
Or have them, whatever you want to do. I thought that was cool.
Hey,
That is
Isle
super
Royale's
cool.
right there.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's got a stand so you can like display it.
That's super cool.
Where are the Green Tetons? Let's see here.
They're in,
Where am I looking? Oh, right there.
Wyatt.
Green Tetons.
Look at that.
And it's got a little stand too, and we got a few tables we
Yeah.
could pop that up on.
This is the thing. So I was listening back, and Adam did an incredible job on the last question
Yeah.
episode, and
Well,
he brought you guys something cool. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't let him upstage me in
Yeah.
both areas, so I had to bring something.
Oh man, this is
I
gonna
had
be
to bring
fun.
something.
This is gonna be fun as fuck if we keep bringing people down here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. You're gonna need a bigger room, man. You're running out of shelf space, dude.
This is so cool, dude. Well, we got you. Well, we have gifts here for our guests, and it's a portable bidet, so you can wash the old bee hole. A nice little roll of duct tape, and I can't remember what else we will end up having.
Wait.
What was it?
What's the duct tape for?
That's when you're on trail having
Oh.
it's a
It's a
skinny
tiny
roll.
roll.
Just so you know, when you had me come to the basement and you're
Yeah.
like, "There's a bidet here," and I have duct tape for you, I would probably not lead with the duct tape. Probably be like, "You're able to leave before I give you the gifts. You're able to leave, but I do have duct tape. I'm gonna."
It'd be funny to try to squeeze that bidet into one of those Coors Lights and see if you couldn't get it rocking.
Hey, give me another Coors Light, buddy. Let's see what happens.
Isn't that called like boofing?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
you guys are all down with the 411, and I never know these
You ain't
cool
boofing?
things.
You ain't boofing?
I know the word Riz now because of my son.
You ain't boofing.
I ain't boofing. What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Once we start talking about boofing.
Yeah.
He's like, hey.
boofing ends it.
Hey, he's got a beer. He should boofing. What's going on, Walt?
Yeah.
What's touche? Here's the deal. I never know who we're talking to in these News Panthers.
Well, obviously the Panther. That's right here.
That's what people say. I can never get a hang on this shit stuff.
Maybe
I'm
I'm
sorry,
like the puppet and he's the ventriloquist.
So are you doing the News Panther or somebody
Yeah.
over there in that general vicinity
Yep.
doing the News Panther?
I've retained my News Panther duties after 2 weeks off,
Nice.
and I'm coming in with the heater.
Nice.
Coming in with a heater. And great intro, Brad. That was
Fantastic.
wonderful.
Thank
In
you.
the
Very
clutch.
warm welcome.
For anybody listening, Brad just popped that baby out in like the last hour, and it was very Travis-esque.
It was like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
30
come on.
minutes.
Don't,
Okay, well, I'm
was less
terrible at math and time, so
an hour ago, he was like, "Hey, Patrick, did you prepare something
And
for
then
the
he did
pod?"
it
And
in
you
the
said,
middle of that.
Yeah, and you said no, and you gave me a beer, and then he was like, "I got this. Don't worry, I got this."
All right. Well, we've all heard of Alcatraz prison
Yeah.
and the infamous escape attempts.
Yeah.
Yep.
There may or may not have been a pair of guys that escaped. They kind of never were found.
They never were found.
Yeah. So I like to think.
Isn't
they
that
got
movie
away.
called The Great Escape?
Yeah, I
Isn't,
think
isn't that
so.
what that's about?
Do you know that Alcatraz means pelican?
No.
No.
Look at that.
Cool.
Damn.
You're
See,
welcome.
you're teaching us nature things already.
That's what I do. That's what I
Yeah.
do.
It is. I do think Channel Islands is close to there, isn't it?
I don't know.
And that's where the brown pelican, like we talked about
Look at
last
that.
week.
Look at that. That's no drive-by science.
Smokes.
No drive-by science here, gentlemen.
What is happening already?
You're welcome.
Two things I didn't know.
Continue,
Yeah.
B-Rad.
Thank you, Justin.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So there was a tourist on Alcatraz, and he turned in a video that he filmed to the people who run it. I don't know if it's a park or what now. But this video was of a coyote. Coyote? Do you guys say coyote or coyote?
I say coyote.
I say coyote because of Wile E. Coyote.
Oh,
I give
yeah,
him
that's
the
probably
full.
why.
I don't want to short his name.
I think the more beers I have, I say coyote.
It depends.
Because you start feeling the
'Cause you're like,
vibe.
oh
and you're
shit, is that a coyote
Hey,
over there?
coyote.
Yeah.
Get
Damn
them
coyotes in the
coyotes
damn
out
room.
here. So they captured a video of a coyote swimming in the water and climbing the rocky shoreline up to Alcatraz.
How
And
terrifying
it was kind
is
of
that?
like, what the fuck?
That is
A
terrifying.
coyote swimming out to Alcatraz?
Yeah, could you imagine being the prisoner that's by that area and just be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you're just hanging out and you just hear that coyote and you're like, oh my God, is that a coyote?
That's when you plan your escape and you get
No.
bitten by a coyote.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, but that current and I mean, like that is man, that coyote was a paddling.
You should see the video is actually kind of sad because when he's climbing up on the rocks, he is
Exhausted.
not doing good.
yeah, that
Yeah.
poor guy.
He's shaking. He can barely walk. Like he or she is in like super rough shape.
Aren't coyotes pack animals?
Yeah.
So are there other ones that maybe he's shaken up because the other ones didn't make it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's There's a lot. Yeah, that side of it's kind of sad.
Well, is there more to lift us up?
A little bit, just
Right.
kind of some cool theories about
six
how he got
prisoners.
there.
Ate six prisoners. So he's great.
And two tourists. So they interviewed Stanley Gert. This episode was on Live Science. And it was a couple other places like SF Gate, who they do some great
Tons
national
of
park
good
coverage.
stuff, yep.
Yeah. So a lot of this info is from both of those websites. They interviewed Stanley Gert, Gehrt, a professor of wildlife ecology at Ohio State University, and he's the author of Coyotes Among Us. He said like he was shocked and astonished when he saw this footage because Professor Gert goes on to talk about how intelligent and versatile coyotes are and that he'd seen them swimming across lakes in the Chicago region because he did a big study on urban coyotes. And so they're known to swim and they'll like prefer to swim across a lake rather than run around the outside of it. Sometimes just like an easier path, a shorter path, or they're avoiding a predator or other coyotes because they're very territorial.
I didn't know they could
Right.
swim.
Yeah.
I guess that
I'm
makes sense.
pretty shocked by all of this right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. So I wonder how far, like, into the water is Alcatraz?
Dude.
It's about a mile and a half.
Yeah.
Dude, I
And
can't
it's-
even run a mile. Are
And
you
it's
kidding me?
not like it's not wide open like in the middle of the ocean.
like super rocky
It's the
and
Bay
everything, right?
Area, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
the current is insane.
Yeah, like you can, like I looked up on the map and like due east is the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
Like it's like right in the middle of the Golden Gate Bridge.
Mhm.
But that's a little ways west still.
Is there
Right.
like wooded area around that, or is that like all urban around Alcatraz?
Across from it, north of it, there's that looks like a little wooded state park area.
Yeah, once you start getting into those like further islands and those places, but then south of that is that's San Francisco.
Right.
That's the piers and
What did he see?
Well, so I thought it was kind of funny that they like sometimes will go through a lake rather than go around just to avoid predators or whatever.
yeah.
It's like that's me. Like I'll go the hard way just to avoid talking to somebody.
Oh, no way.
I can
No
appreciate
way.
that.
Back of the bubble. Justin and I are like, put us right in the middle.
No,
of that
man.
bubble.
We're right in the
Turn
middle.
it up.
So you're saying I can go this way and talk to
Yeah.
people and not get
Wait,
wet?
This is the best.
This is the best. The best.
the best.
Yeah, he said like he said he normally only sees them swim a few hundred yards, and it's normally like a super calm, easy to swim in lake. So there's just only theories about where the coyote started because they obviously can't tell.
Right.
I am kind of curious if they go back and try to look through like camera footage on the shorelines to see if they ever see it going in anywhere.
Right.
So there's two leading theories. The first one is just that he swam the normal route across from the mainland because people do that now. It sounds like it's like a thing.
I would
Weird.
assume.
Yeah, but it's obviously they're wearing wetsuits.
Yeah.
Somebody's
Yeah.
on
Shark Patrol.
Great White Patrol.
Darn right.
The other theory involves the nearby island to the north named Angel Island, and it is that's actually is a state park. And there are there's documented cases of coyotes swimming to that island, and it's a lot closer to the mainland, and it's like on
Okay.
the other side of the bay. It's just north of. It almost looked like if you're looking at Google Maps, the distance between Alcatraz and Angel Island is about twice as long as the mainland to Alcatraz. So it's a few miles across the bay. And you're going like right across the middle of the bay.
So they're pretty confident that he
Jeez.
intentionally swam. He didn't like fall in. Or
Well,
there's-
that's where this theory comes in
Oh.
because the swim to Angel Island is way shorter from the mainland. And there's been an established pack since, I don't know how established it is, but there's been a pack there since 2017. A captain from the Alcatraz City Cruises was interviewed by SF Gate. And he said there were unusual currents in the bay due to excess rain runoff,
Okay.
just like flooding that bay. So this theory is that the coyote may have set out to do the much shorter swim to Angel Island from the mainland over on the other
Oh,
side,
and just got swept.
Caught
caught
in
up
the
in the
current.
current and just swept out there. Which that seems,
Very plausible.
yeah, that makes more sense.
Hell
So-
yeah, it
yeah.
does. Because I'm telling you, I've heard some stories about or read stories about that current. I mean, boats, it's a tough time for boats to go straight.
Movies,
dude.
that's like a plot point in the movie where people are trying to escape. There's no way.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And what is on the island that they would like? I can't imagine there's anything like of substance that the coyote would go
like
for.
Food. I mean, maybe like birds.
Birds,
and,
and
small wild rats, mice.
But still, man, like there's got to be something easier nearby, man.
Well, and there's a bunch of tourists there, so there's probably a lot of.
That's probably what I'm tired of eating
food
rats.
scraps and stuff.
Tired of eating rats. I just saw that Tubby drop the rest of that hot dog.
Yeah.
I'm gonna swim over there and get that dog.
But now
that's my theory. That's the theory I'm going with. That it was swept off path.
And that's the other one is just like kind of the normal reason animals range out of their normal territory is looking for food. So that's the only other real reason why they think it could have gone out there.
Do they know what happened to where's the coyote now?
You know, they didn't get into that because I was curious too, like if they would have trapped it and like taken it off the island,
or like left it, because when we talk about the Channel Islands, well, you don't know that with food like that and stuff like that.
He's not going to be able to mate.
Well, let me just live in my theoretical world for a second. That if like we just got done talking about Channel Islands the other day, or the moose on Isle Royale, and those animals that have literally swam or crossed the ice to get to those islands, and then they end up inhabiting them. So, I mean, you kind of shit on my point right there in my drive-by science, but in my theoretical mind, it's like, oh, so this is how, like, when in 50 years they're talking about the only species that lives on this island is coyote.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's cool, but
maybe every night he'll just be howling like crazy, telling all the other coyotes like, hey, there's all kinds of hot dogs on the ground over here. Come get these hot dogs.
Or like the mythological story where that coyote's going to be 112 and like some other coyote's going to come like just drifting down. I mean, it's like, I've been on this island for 100 years. No soul. I haven't talked to a soul.
So I did just look it up. So apparently what happened was he held up a sign that said help, and he strapped a rocket on his back and took off. So I don't know what happened. So I'm assuming he's safe.
This coyote is a wily dude. I'll tell you that.
He had 5 pounds of explosives that haven't gone off yet.
But nobody knows where. He was painting tunnels on walls. He thought that would work.
Dude, what a beast coyote to even just like survive that paddle, dude.
Yeah.
That's an animal.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, for real.
Because also it's not just current, it's the wildlife too. I mean, you are talking great whites and predators.
And imagine how pissed you'd be if you were a great white and ate them and that shit was really good. And you're like, what the hell was that?
Oh, where can I get more?
Dude,
Limited edition,
Tell
man.
that story for years.
Guys, I'm sitting here and all of a sudden this dog just jumped in, right? I ate it. No, you didn't, Frank, you liar. No, I swear to God.
That's
I swear
great,
to God,
dude.
it was so good. Thanks, Walt.
That's great. Thank you, Walt, Brad.
Enjoy your
whomever.
beer.
That was cool AF, dude. Good job. Good news,
story.
Panther.
Yeah,
that was
a good
fun.
one.
That's wild to think about, man.
I am curious. They have to know, like, if people are shocked by that camera footage, you would expect that, especially San Francisco or SF Gate or those places that are local, would have hopped on a ferry and gotten over there in a second to see if it's still and been like looking around for it.
I suspect there'll be a follow-up story to this.
There has to be.
Because it is breaking news. This was published a day ago.
Well, we got to get Walt to come back to that story if there's anything cool.
Yeah.
Because that's neato. But we do have an amazing episode. We have one half of the Cultured Dudes with us in studio today. Justin, I'm super psyched. For any listener, we wanted to kind of have another kind of guest episode while also promoting your episode.
Right.
But you don't have necessarily the history of backpacking and hiking that we do.
Correct.
So I do find it curious to have you down in these studios on a nature backpacking-ish show and give you just the opportunity to ask some of the questions that might be on your brain.
Right.
You know,
So,
some of the things you're curious about.
For sure.
You will, if you remember a couple episodes ago, there was a story about quicksand.
Yeah.
And it was an experienced backpacker, and we decided we were experienced backpackers too.
Yeah.
So we are experienced backpackers.
We are experienced. Yeah. Not like expert level, but definitely experienced. I can't remember what we set up as the precedence for that. Like what makes you experienced. Did we ever get into that?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
That'll be a whole episode in itself.
Anyway, we got something fun. What do you say we get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
God dang, the sweet sounds of Travi playing the guitar. I fart and love it. Well, we are back.
Hello.
Justin,
Yes.
you are here to ask some questions.
I am.
Let's roll, little homie.
All right. First question is, what the hell is that? There's like a giant ass ram in the studio.
We have some photos on our socials of our studio, and you'll always see this big ram head hanging up. And that is, when we were deciding to set this studio up, that's kind of the first thing that we acknowledge that needs to be down here. And I believe that came from, I know it came from Travi, but that was, he was using that as a prop for one of his pieces of art.
Oh, that's
And
so cool.
just so happened to have it.
Dude,
And
that's so cool.
I don't, have we ever named him?
No, I don't think we have.
Yeah, we never have. But it is just one gorgeous piece. We thought it would be magnificent.
I walk down here, man. The first thing I see is this giant ass ram that's just like staring you down. Like, hey.
It strikes.
Travis hangs his hat from the horn.
Yeah, that's right.
What a smooth move. That big donkey, man. That guy.
Yeah.
Big Donkey's always doing something
old
fun.
donkey
It's
doing
cool
something
when he
crazy.
wears his cowboy. I always love his cowboy hat, but
Yeah.
it's cool when he wears his cowboy hat down here and hangs that up.
Yeah.
It's just it really just sets the vibe, dude.
You know you're home when the cowboy hangs his hat there.
Yeah, dude, that's right.
Where do you hang your hat? On my ram's horn.
On my ram's horn in the studio. Yeah.
All right. So I had some questions. Now, I came up with a list, and then I made the mistake of listening back to Adam Grimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grimmy a beer.
Yeah. And that guy, fantastic. I feel like, when you go to a comedy show and you're like the opening band or the opening performer and you get like a tight 10 and you're like, all right, that's my show. And you're like, now everybody, Bert Kreischer. And you're like, yeah, that guy's better.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my vibe going into this.
Yeah.
So I've got some questions that my wife, who you guys work with,
Yeah.
that we've discussed that I felt like it's just appropriate to ask.
Yeah.
So the listeners, probably not beneficial to you guys. Not gonna lie.
Hey, this is
But
your
I guess
time.
this is my, exactly. You know
Yeah.
what? This is my time.
Dude, I'm in.
Yeah. So question number 1: do you ever shit yourself on the trail?
Uh,
Because I gotta be honest, that's my biggest fear, man. I got an issue with the stomach. Like we
Yeah.
talked about like portable bidets, and I'm like, that's my vibe.
That's your vibe.
And then I'm like, oh man, what if I'm like 10 miles in, I get the rumbles? What's the?
You,
Well, the nice thing is you don't have to find it. You don't have to search very far for a bathroom.
yeah.
Oh, dude.
You just got to go off trail
It's
a little
actually
bit.
quite a bit easier.
Really?
Yeah. You just find a good tree to lean up against and you take a shit or a log to squat upon.
Okay.
And you take a shit, dude.
Hang on. So you're telling me the guy I'm talking to right now,
Yeah.
if we're in the woods, you're gonna like lean up against a tree and like as if like gym class squatting position
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
drop a deuce.
The ideal situation is two downed trees that
Yeah.
are parallel to each other, or like crossing where it makes like a little seat where you
Yeah.
can just like sit on it and your butt is in the gap,
Oh, yeah.
so you kind of have a little toilet seat.
Dig a little hole. A lot of people bring little shovels. They weigh absolutely nothing. You can put them in a bag and put them with your toilet paper, whatever. Or you find a rock or sticks, dig a hole, take a shit into it, and then
you just-
cover up that hole.
You just wipe it and take it with you?
It
Because that's
depends.
leave no trace. I know that's
Yeah.
the thing that we're doing. So you take the teepee?
Yeah, that's right. And I guess most of the time it depends on the park you're in. A lot more parks are.
If it's super high altitude
yeah.
and there's is it the moisture? Like it's too arid of an environment to where the toilet paper doesn't disintegrate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's okay to like leave that. Your dude's wipes is what you guys take with you. You take that back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take one. Like if I take a shit, it's one dude wipe per shit. And dude, it's actually kind of crazy too, because you would think that, or maybe you would think that you would shit more because you're constantly moving and eating all this dehydrated food and the snacks and stuff, but you don't actually shit that much. Like if I'm out for 5-6 days,
Speak for yourself, my guy.
I'm telling you, you'll shit one time.
Really?
You'll like. I guess maybe just because I don't really know what it is, but it does. You don't shit that much.
I still go like once a day.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, I like don't. I like all seizes up. But then when I do shit, it's go time.
See, that is the most terrifying part. Like bears, I might be okay.
Yeah.
But the rumbles down south, that's my biggest fear.
You just drop your pack on the trail.
I
beeline it off.
You get rid of that fear real quick.
Can I admit something to you?
Yeah.
All through elementary school, middle school, and high school, I never once used a public bathroom.
Dang, that's
actually,
impressive.
It was. I'm sure that's probably why I have.
That's impressive.
It's not impressive. It's horrible.
I actually don't like. Even still, I don't like going at work. I don't like using public restrooms in the slightest.
And I think it's because like I try to have this persona of like, oh, this guy's a fun guy. He's hanging out. But like when I'm shitting, it's not a fun guy. It's sad and depressing. And I don't want you guys to be like, oh, look, Justin's on the trail with us. He's such a cool guy. And I'm weeping around the tree, trying to drop a log.
Well, nobody's going to hear you weeping. I think that it's actually in a lot. When we were on the kayak trail, there was a couple stops we made where they actually had like a
pit toilet,
like a pit toilet with a toilet on top, like in the middle of the woods where you can stop and go do that. So there are those types of things.
Some of them are like the toilet. Some of them have little shelters.
Yeah.
Some of them are just wide out in the open.
Just out in the open.
Just a toilet.
And I'll tell you, Justin, you make it sound bad because in your brain it's bad.
Yeah.
But if you've ever woken up on a crisp morning out like 10 miles, 20 miles out in the middle of the wilderness, where it is just nothing but bird calls and the slow wind through the trees.
Man, I gotta take
and
a
you're
shit.
taking a shit.
Dude, it is nice.
It is
I bet,
very
dude.
nice. Yes.
I bet.
And there's ones like in Pictured Rocks, because a lot of the campsites in Pictured Rocks, the backcountry ones, have pit toilets.
Yeah.
And there was one or two that were like, you're up on a cliff overlooking Lake Superior.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, it's
come on,
pretty
man.
cool.
I guess in my mind, it's like, hey guys, I gotta use the restroom, and everybody like stops and turns and is like, all right,
No, but
drop trowel, buddy, let's do it.
no, but everybody will take a second to take their packs off and maybe have a snack or just sit around or go take photos or see the scenery. But no, you go far enough away where
This is when I'm like opening my phone to play like running water music and be like, somebody got a sink running real quick. What's going on? Just washing my hands.
No, it's usually a good chance for an impromptu break for everybody.
for sure.
Interesting. Okay. So I had a question. This is one that I thought would be really interesting. I know you guys talked about like your horror stories and the scariest moments. Have you ever encountered like a real like dick, like a real douchebag that just like is following you guys around,
man.
that is just like problematic? How would you handle a situation where like this guy is just problematic?
Brad, you go ahead.
I don't think I've ever experienced that. And it's always been a worry that I would run into somebody like that.
I don't think you would. I feel like you have that very like kind of like reserved thing. My fear was this guy over here, leader of the pack. Like, ahoy there, hey there, guy.
Ahoy there.
And this guy is just like not having it.
I've also never experienced that, and as friendly as I am, if I say ahoy and somebody says fuck off, then I'm gonna fuck off. Like I'm chill with that. But I've never. I know that people say those horror stories, and I know that I'm also a 6'3", 250-pound dude.
That's fair.
So the jerks generally stay away from me and go towards little people or females. So I know that I'm privileged in that regard as well. But I think one of the things that draws me to the backpacking and hiking aspect of what I like to do in life is the fact that when you're out on the middle of a trail, generally no matter how far you are on that trail, that's a conscious decision that somebody has to make to get up, drive their car generally really far away from anything populous, because that's where the good trails are, the national parks, things like that. And then put on hiking shoes and then start exercising. You know what I mean? So if you're making that conscious decision to go do all that, I would imagine that the dickheads are very, very, very few.
Through the first 3 miles of the trailhead, and then not much further.
And Brad and I had quite the moment coming out of the trail at the Tetons. I've never had a moment like that where negative, But I've certainly had a moment where the person was too positive and I was on my downswing on a backpacking trail and been like,
They were the you.
Go fuck yourself, man.
Ahoy there, dude.
And I'm just like, no.
They Patricked him.
They Patrick. Oh, no. I got paddles.
Yeah, dude, 40, 50 miles into the trail, you're like, I don't want to fucking talk to you right
the
now.
hell away.
Unless you've been through the shit like me. You know what I mean? Like,
And I think there's been a couple times where we were worried that maybe somebody annoying would like start tagging along with us.
Right.
And then we would come up with like, okay, let's just like double our mileage today. Let's just like really hoof it, or do the opposite and like stay way back, go off on a side trail to see something and just let them go on down the trail.
Yeah.
That's probably what I would do if there was like a dickhead too.
me too.
You ever had a fear of a serial killer? And I know that sounds like a joking thing, but
No, it happens.
There's some
Appalachian Killer, man.
Yeah.
Like he had like 4 or 5 people. Like that's a legit thing. Like, is that a fear of you guys? 'Cause I know none of you are packing heat.
No, our group doesn't. That's for sure.
There's some campsites that, especially in the Appalachians, that can get like pretty just spooky in general.
Yeah.
And then you start thinking that too, that there's like somebody's just going to come creeping through the woods.
Yeah.
That like lives out there. And I think I've told this story before, but it makes me laugh every single time I think of it. When me and Travis were out on the Appalachian Trail, and I think it was our first night, and it was like a pine forest. And so the floor, there's like no undergrowth at all. It's just all pine needles.
Yeah.
And then there was green moss 3 feet up every tree.
Right.
So, and like ground was covered in green and pine needles. And it was like just that as far as you could see,
Right.
you know, like the bare bottom parts of pine trees.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I think, might have been like his first backpacking trip, first time doing this, like out in the backcountry. And he stuck his trekking poles, dug them into the ground, sticking straight up. And then he put his socks on the ends of them. Well, we were laying in bed, and it was like we'd probably been in our tents for like an hour, and I was listening to music or something. And one of his trekking poles fell over and hit his tent.
Oh,
and
man.
He flipped out. He came out of that tent so fast.
That would probably be the time I would shit. We'd be like, well, I don't need a cat box.
He was freaking out.
That's so good.
Oh.
No, I've never heard that
Because of
story.
course we were talking about like, man, this is a creepy ass place. Like someone's gonna come through those woods.
Psyching yourselves up already. You
It's
know?
always when you guys are having the conversation. Like, we're like,
Yeah.
man, wouldn't it be crazy if a guy just came and like knocked on our tent door and the pole falls? Like, oh, my God.
Oh man, it was so like it took us a few minutes to figure out what, because we couldn't figure out what like where it came from.
Yeah.
And then we
that
saw
would scare the shit out of me. In my perspective, I don't know if I've ever thought about another human. That's also why I don't carry firearms or anything like that on trail. I'm more afraid of humans where I live now in the city than I am out on the trail.
Right.
Maybe it's just wishful thinking, and also once again, like I'm not a female. I'm not generally the type of person that is stalked or preyed upon.
Right.
I think
I don't know.
It's more the through hiking trails that I think because I think the dude that was killing people, it was on the Appalachian Trail, right?
Right. Yeah. It was pretty early, like into the trail, so it wasn't that.
Yeah.
Well, because those are going to be closer to towns and stuff. Is that where trail towns?
And
everything?
I think if you're like a homeless dude and you're just like, well, I guess for the next few months, I'm just going to hike the Appalachian Trail. And there's people that do that, just bum off of everybody. And they raid those. Like a lot of the trail towns have like a box where people throw all their extra shit.
Yeah.
They'll just raid those and just keep hiking.
Because I'd also be interested to know, now that I'm thinking about this.
That is really rare, though. Just
right.
I don't want to throw some fear out there.
No, I'm definitely not afraid of that whatsoever.
And
I don't think anybody should.
They're usually just homeless dudes, like not doing any harm to anybody.
Right.
Just bumming,
just
begging.
walking.
Yeah.
But I would be curious to know, like, because the way you're saying it about it being on those through hike trails, as opposed to like the Tetons, for instance, when you're up there, like if you were up on Hurricane Pass or something like that, you had to work your ass off to get up there.
Yeah.
So
if I remember correctly, it was something where it was pretty early on, and these guys were just like fishermen. and they were out there just like fishing. And some guy came up to their campsite, was like, "Oh, hey, you guys hanging out cooking?" Because they were cooking the fish that they had caught. And,
that's what.
and it was a whole thing where they're like, "Yeah, come on in." So they were hanging out, drinking beers, and all of a sudden the dude like shot one of them, and it was just it was a whole thing. And so
Damn.
I was just genuinely curious because like that's something. Because like I'm an idiot. Like me being on your guys' show is like when Joe Rogan had Kevin Smith on the show. Like you guys are like producing great info, and I'm like, "Hey guys, you ever shit yourself on the podcast?" so my thought is like, oh my god, like the whole the trekking pole falling on the tent. I'm like, oh my god, that's Bigfoot.
Yeah.
That's Yeti. He's here. So like that's my thought is like, oh my god, there's gonna be a serial killer here, or how do I handle a dick? Like what do I do?
The Yeti part to me, or being afraid of an animal. I mean, make no mistake that. I mean, Brad and I have talked about too. I've never gone backpacking by myself.
Right.
Brad has solo backpacked many a times,
which is terrifying. It's a terrifying notion.
But Brad will admit, and I think most anyone would admit, that there are certainly times and situations, no matter how many times I've gone backpacking or camping or anything along those lines, that I definitely could get spooked out.
Yeah.
But those times are few and far between now, just because there's a comfort level that I have being in the middle of nowhere,
Oh, for sure.
So
I totally get that.
I think the more you like having not done it, I definitely understand where that's a worry, but the more you do it, the more attuned you become to being in that environment and being like, dude, this is my comfort zone.
So that kind of ties into my next question. So what are your guys' thoughts on like music and stuff being played? Like, do you like music on the trail? Is that like a camp thing only? And I remember we talked about that. You guys mentioned it one other time about like douchebags that have like a giant JBL speaker. And
I think it was our grumpy old men episode.
I think that's what I think so.
Right. The things what not to do on the trail.
Right. So what are your guys' thoughts on that?
Friends is definitely acceptable.
I mean, come on.
Or else Patty wouldn't go with us.
Yeah, like seriously.
I think that everything's perfectly fine if you're doing it with headphones and staying within your little aura bubble.
Yeah.
But when you start, I mean, people are out there not to hear your selection of music. They're out there to hear the sounds around them and to be a part of the environment that they're in.
Well, they're wrong because my music is fucking awesome.
But I definitely don't mind, heads. The only thing I would caveat that with is if you're walking down trail and wearing headphones, there's a probability for you causing a lot of danger to yourself.
Well, that seemed, that's what I was trying to get at. 'Cause, like that seems more dangerous than having like a speaker playing. And I mean, I get that it's kind of falls into like the leaving no trace or kind of the sound pollution that would cause. But at the same time, like if I'm walking around with headphones on, that seems more so dangerous to like
dangerous for sure. That's why I guess at the end of the day, you probably just shouldn't do that. Like wait till you're in the tent, right? Kick it back.
even in my tent, AirPods have the like you can do noise cancellation or
the transparency.
Yeah, so like I'll put them in transparency mode so I can still hear all the sounds of the forest.
Yeah, this was more of a question I had for Big Donkey, but because I know that he's a rock hound. He's a rock donkey. He is. So, like, what are your guys' thoughts on taking things from the trail? Like, if obviously you got to follow the rules of the park that you guys are in, but if there's no rules stated, like, are you guys cool with, like, if he sees like some awesome gem and he's like, oh my god, somebody dropped an amethyst. What am I supposed to do with this garnet? Like, what are your guys' thoughts on that?
I'm not sure what a rock hound would do, and
it'd have to be a pretty. How far left do we have to go?
Yeah, that's also true.
And like, because you have to carry it. And
that's a good point.
Yeah. Like, I remember in Pictured Rocks, there was obviously a lot of rocks there.
Yeah.
And one of the guys that I worked with was like getting into it and like with his kids and everything.
Rock hounding?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hollis.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
So I was picking up rocks to bring back for him. And then and it was early on, and like I think I only ended up bringing one out because I just kept like, this I'm not carrying these out.
Oh man, that's a lot of extra weight. I mean, when you're counting ounces, a rock could throw you off there pretty dramatically. In terms of, I mean, I think it just all goes back to like even like a plant, a leaf, bark, anything that's like easily a flower, something like that. I guess I just always tend to just lean on the side of like, if it's there, fucking, it's not yours.
Right.
Yeah,
Just
for sure.
leave it there and leave it for whatever that it's going to turn into or feed or pollinate or whatever.
And like fossils, you're definitely supposed to leave.
Well, fuck yeah.
And like tell somebody,
know, yeah.
because they need like to know how it's found to help find if there's more.
Yeah, right.
Like it tells it tells the story of.
Oh, that's interesting.
It helps them to tell the story, figure out the story.
We talked about a couple times on the podcast about that leave no trace policy.
Yeah.
Because in a lot of instance, it does like it's not in our nature as like humans on Earth in 2026 to bring everything with us. Like we are taught to just, oh, this is trash can.
Right.
It's not a big deal.
Right.
So it does become something like, well, it's just toilet paper, for instance. We could just leave, or a wipe. We could leave that in the ground and it's whatever. But so I think.
Yeah, once you bury it, it's gone.
It's gone, right? Out of sight, out of sight, out of mind.
It's out the window, man. I don't need to worry about it anymore.
But I think like it's just one of those sacrifices that you make as anyone that goes outdoor, whether or not you're a hunter, backpacker, hiker, fisherman, conservationist, any one of the random people we've talked to on the pod. It needs to be ingrained if you're going to go out there and do that you have to protect what you just saw. For the next dude, for the next gal, for the next generation to go out there and do the same thing.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And I'll tell you, dude, and I don't mean to keep talking, but we've all had the experience where we've been 10, 20, 30 miles out on a trail and seen trash. And it is an immediate, like, fuck.
I think you guys were just last episode. You were talking about like being like 60 miles out or whatever in the water and still finding like water bottles and stuff.
Yeah, it's for real, dude.
Yeah.
It takes you out of it immediately.
Yeah. And that's where Birch opened my eyes when he said from the Detroit Arboretum when he said picking up that trash, you're keeping somebody else from having those same upset feelings that you just had.
Right.
Yeah.
That really made me consider always picking up trash.
Always pick up trash.
Have you ever been in a position where you needed to forage for food? Was that something that you would do?
I haven't.
My thought was like, the book Into the Wild by John Krakauer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My first thought was like, oh,
The
man.
one where the guy dies by foraging the wrong food.
Because the wrong food. And so I was curious if you guys
Got to look at them veins.
Yeah, man.
I don't know enough about plant life, flora or fauna to pick something up and eat it with any sense of I'll be okay.
Do you have any desire to learn that?
Yeah, I would love it. I have a cousin, Jeremy, who does a lot of biology and stuff up in Michigan. And when we do go hiking, it is pretty awesome when I'm on trail with him and he can just be like, oh, eat this. Oh, eat this. Take this leaf and rub it right here. It feels weird. And he just knows kind of like everything about all of the flora, right? The flora around him.
Yeah.
And it certainly would make it easier if I knew I was backpacking in a place that's fruitful to be like, well, I don't need to bring lunch.
Well, I thought more like a survival thing. Like, oh, man, like something
I'd be
happened.
fucked in terms of picking food. It would just be a 50-50 gamble.
I do always bring one full extra day's worth of food.
For sure.
On every trip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Because I thought, like, especially like right now, it's winter for us, so we're getting a lot of extra winter weather that we weren't expecting. But like, my thought was like during rain season, like all of a sudden, like this pop-up store, now you got flooding. Now you're stuck in this trail for an extra 2 days. Are we digging for mushrooms or who we eating? Kind of a thing.
You're
Fatty.
Yeah, you're eating me, or you're just you're separating that food out. Maybe not eating a whole, a 2-serving Mountain House.
Yeah,
eating only half of that.
We were just talking about Isle Royal, and you could end up being stuck there for a couple extra days from a storm because they were taking a seaplane. So
the way you get to it's by seaplane. The way you get back, you have to get to the other side of the island in a certain amount of time. This is the 120-mile
trip that you guys are doing.
No,
the Yak trip, right? Or?
That's a yak trip. We're doing 190 miles in Manistee, but then shortly after that in the fall, we're doing 53 miles from one end of Isle Royale to the other end, because Isle Royale is just one big island.
Right.
So the seaplane drops you off, flies away. You walk to the other end of the island, and that's where the seaplane picks you up in an estimated amount of time. But if wind conditions are slightly off, if the weather churns, that seaplane ain't going nowhere.
Right.
So you could easily be like we're talking about having to take like 2 or 3 extra days at the beginning, at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that long of a trip, like how how many miles do you guys normally do like a day? So like you try to do like a 10 mile, or are you guys just based on the terrain where you're like, all right, we got 65 miles. This is going to be crazy. Let's just take it 10 out a day. And just see
Very
how it
much
goes?
based on the terrain.
Yeah.
Brad does all of our trip planning.
Yeah. Which is wildly impressive.
Yeah.
Because like I've just been thinking about like, oh, this would be kind of cool. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't think about this. I didn't think about this.
Well, and knowing enough in certain places like Isle Royal, there's a bunch of ways to get from A to B.
Right.
Like a bunch of different side, and it all gets you eventually to the same place. I mean, I guess you could go off on a dead end, but knowing if you need to call an audible, like knowing the map's good enough to be able to say, well, we can just go around here and catch this side, and it'll be about the same mileage, or where the campsites are. Like,
Right.
you know, you have 4, 5, 6 miles left to go.
So how do you choose which one you're going to take then? If there are that many paths, is it just like, oh, I know that we got Justin with us and he doesn't want to shit in public. Let's go this way where there's more trees? Or how do you determine that? Is it just based on, like, how do you...
Yeah, it differs quite a bit from trail to trail. Like, say, like for Isle Royal, there's certain campsites that have fire rings.
Right.
And you can have a fire. Certain ones, fires are not allowed. And there's ones where...
So it's like a difficulty scale. Like,
Kind of.
I want it to be more comfortable and easy, so
and
we're
like-
going to take A instead of B.
Yeah, and like, what do you want to see? Like, do you want to follow the lakeshore the whole time? Do you want to go inland on the island a little bit? And
a lot of what it seems like, because we generally just all kind of have things that go on, but in terms of like the busted knees part,
Right.
we very much, the way we kind of separate that out too is low mileage daily
Right.
for an extra day or two.
Yeah.
Where somebody might polish off the same 53-mile trail in 2 days, we're going to take 6 days to do it and make sure that we're not just destroying ourselves trying to polish off 20 miles or 30 miles a
Right.
day.
Right.
So we'll do little chunks, get there, and be good for the. That's why I'm always in bed by 3, right?
Right.
Yeah, like-
I thought it was because of friends.
Yeah, well,
That's what I thought.
that's what everybody seems to think.
but yeah, there was like somebody telling me someone they know did like Mount Rainier or like some trail in that area. It was like 60 miles in one day, and I was like, damn, that sounds like it sucks.
I was gonna say, that
honestly,
doesn't
that
sound
would suck.
enjoyable at all.
No, because what are they experiencing?
Right.
Like it's just the amount of time that Brad and I and Travis will stop, have a sweet conversation, just a break, you
There
know.
could be a turtle we want to look at or something.
Yeah, or sweet views that you have. Like,
Sit
don't you
there and
want to
have a
stop and
snack.
smell the roses?
Right.
Not just. I mean, what is the? I don't understand the point of it, dude.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, man. So I am basically your target audience. I am the kind of guy that I've not done any outdoorsy stuff, and we talked about this a little bit before we started
Yeah.
recording, where I was listening out of support of the guys, you know.
Yeah,
And then I started listening. I'm like, I could totally do this. And
you could.
but see, I know,
could.
but see, I'm the kind of person that also like hyper. Shout out to my wife for putting up with my bullshit.
Yeah.
I hyper fixate. So my thought was like, oh, I'll get really into this, and then I'll stop. But then there's also times where I'm like, man, the joy that I hear from you guys when you're recalling stories or just having that moment where the clearing opens up and you're just sitting there and just, what was it, the story of, I think it was it you and Travi where you guys were sitting there and you're looking at the stars with the little groundhog?
Oh
The
yeah.
little groundhog.
Yeah,
And I just
the bulb.
picture like you guys with a silhouette and then a little groundhog
Yeah.
popping out of the hole. And I'm like, God, that is such a fucking cool moment,
Yeah.
man, and a cool experience.
It really is. That's what keeps us coming
And
back.
that was,
for
that was
sure.
leading into my next question is
Yeah.
like, what really keeps you guys going? Because I mean, I'm sure some of these trails you guys have done multiple times. Well, what is it that keeps driving you to revisit Tetons? If you've done that, I've done it 15 times. Like, what is it that keeps bringing you out there? Is it just
I generally only do a trail once. The only
Oh, really?
thing I've ever done more than once is down in Red River Gorge, and I believe it's Tennessee. Well, I've done that a couple of those trails often,
Yeah.
just because it's close and it's absolutely stunning. But for me, it's exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
It's like you do it once and you're hooked forever. Like
Right.
it's very few far in between that somebody goes out, does all the stuff to get out there, and then doesn't do it again.
Yeah.
Because it's the bond. It's the thing that you do. When Brad and I were sitting up on that ridge looking over Death Canyon, right?
Yeah.
And we were seeing all this. It was just this gorgeous sight, and I opened up a can of salmon, and Brad was holding back the puke. But it was just this. It was this absolute gorgeous thing. And then we're sleeping on the side of a ridge, and then we see when we pulled up to Schoolhouse Glacier. Like, so imagine, we're 11,000 feet up.
Yeah, I think so.
We're
Just under.
11,000 feet up. To our right, there's Schoolhouse Glacier that's melting into a glacial pond. And then,
it's like the bluest blue you've ever seen.
Yeah, because it's
like
just
that Bobby
glacial
Boucher water, where he's like,
Yeah,
that's some high
it
quality
really
That's
is.
some
H2O.
high quality H2O. And then right behind that are it's the perfect eye to eye image of the Tetons.
Oh,
like not from the road, from 11,000 feet up, just looking at it. And then go ahead.
And then looking to your left, like, because we're on a ridge, and then the other side of the ridge, there's like two valleys, and you're like at the apex of both valleys, and they just open up and spread into like as far as you can see.
Yeah, literally, you can see Idaho from there.
Like, it's crazy.
And there isn't another soul but for 20 miles away from you. I mean, like, if you've never done it, like, I would implore you just to go on a hike with us and enjoy that, because that's where you always start, right? Is just a hike and be like, man, that was cool, dude.
It sounds very freeing.
Yeah.
Like a very just like euphoric, like that moment of just, obviously, like you don't have your phone and stuff on you, but it feels like that moment where, like that day, like the last hour of work before vacation.
Yeah.
And then that bell rings and you're like, oh, I'm fucking free, man.
It's
chill,
it's that, and it's kind of like the test, because when you're, at least for me, when I'm getting ready for a backpacking trip and it is the last hour of work, I start getting more nervous.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, holy
what am I going to
fuck,
forget?
dude.
Do I have enough food?
What's going on? Am I prepared enough for this? And then, like, we were talking about Isle Royale with Kirsten, who comes with us. Like when that nervousness kicks in, and like,
Yeah,
is
like
it
a,
when
wa-
that
like a
seaplane,
like a wet spot. Are you thinking, oh fuck, this is
it,
this
dude?
is real.
Yeah.
And then you get through it, and you get through it as a team, and then you come out at the other end. All of that stuff just becomes escalated in the moment.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
what
sure
I
there's
mean?
like an adrenaline to it as well. I'm
Fuck
sure.
yeah, there is. Almost all of it is adrenaline. Because
So
nothing in your body wants to keep walking for 20, 30 miles a day.
That's a good point.
Like that is, or you're coming up and you're like, man, that was easy. And then you look up, it's like, oh, there's a 12,000 foot elevation gain.
Awesome.
Now we're just going to trudge that. Like that's rough,
Right.
but
Yeah.
it's to see the stuff you want to see in life.
Yeah.
You got to go there.
And I'll say, dude, like that's listening to your guys' show. That is something that I really, really want to experience. Just
should.
because, I mean, first off, you are the silver tongued devil, dude. Like whatever you say, like you're this fucking guy over here.
This fucking guy.
This guy gets me to suck it into anything. Like I remember when we were talking about doing that pig. And
Yeah.
you're like, hey man, we're just gonna butcher this pig. Like, all right, let's do it. And then I remember morning up, we pulled in, and my wife's like, what the fuck are we doing? And I'm like, I guess we're gonna butcher a fucking pig.
And we did.
We had no.
Two
I
of
know, but like even like gardening, man, like something
Yeah.
as simple as gardening. That's something that, I mean, prior to Taylor, my wife, that was nothing that I had zero interest in
Yeah.
something like that. But I think your guys' excitement and enthusiasm and just pure joy that you guys radiate while doing this is so, oh man, like what is the word I'm looking for? Like it's addictive. It just makes me want, contagious is the word I want. It's like,
Yeah.
man, I want to experience just a tiny dose of that. And I think when you guys doing this show, man, it's fantastic. And you are reaching people that have like, dude, I'm a fat guy that went to school for computer programming and graphic design. man.
Yeah.
Like my ideal is sitting at home smoking a pipe, tobacco pipe, smoking a pipe or like a cigar and just hanging out playing a video game. But you guys are reaching people that, in my mind, would have zero desire to go hiking, and I just want to say like that's awesome. You guys are doing a fantastic job.
Well, thanks, and that's super
exciting.
badass.
Yeah, man.
That's certainly the intention.
Yeah.
We very much started off wanting to just be a backpacking hiking thing. We knew we never wanted to get into gear reviews,
which is crazy because as
No.
like a techie guy, I love the gear reviews.
No.
I look forward to that shit. I'm like,
No.
oh man.
If you were to ever start getting into this, and you got to remember too that Brad was kind of alone when he got into backpacking and hiking, and I was also alone.
Right.
And it is exceptionally daunting. So
Yeah.
what you do is you lean on people online to kind of help you through some of these things.
Mm-hmm.
but quickly, in my opinion, you realize that these people are just plugging shit that they're getting paid from.
Yeah.
And
that's what
they're not
anything, though,
actually helping. Yeah, it is. But they're not actually helping you.
Yeah.
Like as an older guy, I wasn't 21 when I started backpacking. I wasn't in the physical prime of my life when I started getting into this. I just knew that I wanted to go out there. And it would have been nice back then to have somebody like myself or like ourselves to talk to us and say, hey, dude, you know, this is really hard, or go through the ins and outs of what it takes to look at a map and plan a trip. Like, it would have just been nice.
And we sit down and play video games and be old men, too.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I'm in the middle of catching all the legendary fish in RDRD2.
Which is so funny because, like, a lot of times when I'm listening to your guys' show, it's either when I'm driving for work or I'm at home at my desk. And I do CAD designs for, like, kitchens and bathrooms, so 3D designs. And I'm sitting there and I'm doing all this stuff, and I got a video game on one screen. My two other screens are my kitchen that I'm designing or whatever. And then you guys are like, yeah, fuck these video games, man. I'm going to go hiking. And I'm like, and for some reason, I'm like, yeah, man, these games suck. And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm ready to log out over here. Let me fix this real quick.
Dude,
it's the funniest shit ever.
I would never
like,
say fuck video games.
But then we're like, what horse do you ride on Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah.
Which is the funniest thing. I love that so much.
Arabian, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I looked. It's an Arabian
mine
is
was,
the big
too.
dog one.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Hey, I have a question for you.
Okay.
And because if you listeners out there want to check out a funny as fuck podcast, the Culture Dudes is hilarious, and what they've been doing for the longest time is going over the top 100 albums on the Billboard chart.
So it's
of all time.
it's the 2020 list of the Rolling Stone greatest album list of all time.
Boom.
So,
God, I'm glad I almost got close
you
to that.
close, man. So
Thank you.
yeah, we're going through the top 100. I think we're currently on a small little break. My co-host Funkle, he lives out in LA. We do our show remote, like not like this. This is an awesome setup.
Yeah.
So he's out in LA, and I'm here in Indiana. And so we're doing currently. He's big into the film scene.
Yeah.
So he's currently at Sundance right now. He's
Oh.
doing stuff out there. So,
Nice.
Yeah, it's great. So we take a little break during this time. It's like 2 weeks or so. So there's not anything recent coming out. But yeah, I think we're on number 38 is what we're coming up to next, I believe.
That's a lot of
How many
fucking albums.
how many stinkers have there been?
Dude. One thing that I'm realizing is I do not like jazz.
Oh,
Dude, Miles Davis is on there twice. Bitches Brew and Strange Something, and it was a fucking trudge, dude. It's like what I imagine when you guys are like, oh, God, there's this giant mountain that we now have to climb over.
Wow.
It's rough, man. I struggle with jazz, dude. I strugh.
What's
which is crazy.
What's the favorite genre that you've gotten onto because of this?
Oh, that's a good point.
Well, it wasn't a point. It was a question.
Well, it's a pointed question. It's a pointed question. Great question. Case in point. You know, that's good because a lot of them, there's not necessarily a genre, but an artist that I really kind of fell in love with, and it was an artist that I was familiar with, but I kind of fell back into love with was Dusty Springfield.
I never heard of that.
You have Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon. She's got a song called Spooky.
sing us a lick or two.
Yeah, sing us a lick or two.
Oh, you wouldn't know because you've not seen fucking Pulp Fiction.
Nope.
You've seen Pulp Fiction. In Pulp Fiction where they come back from the dance competition. She's like, drinks, music. And he was like, I'm going to take a piss.
Bam,
Girl,
bam,
you'll
bam.
be a woman soon. Neil Diamond covers it in Pulp Fiction. It's Urge Overkill is the band that covers that one. That's a Dusty Springfield song.
Oh.
It's fantastic. She's got a song called Spooky. But anyways, leading to...
Man, I want to hear that song now.
So do I.
Oh, it's such a good song. Or
yeah.
Urge Overkill is awesome. Listen to Dusty Springfield. Her version is great. It's fantastic. But in that genre, so like listening to Dusty Springfield kind of fell into this genre called Blue Eyed Soul. Are you familiar with Blue Eyed Soul?
No.
Okay, so an incredible thing to do. It's on YouTube. There are these things called reaction videos, right? Where people are like listening to stuff for the first time. Blue Eyed Soul it's white musicians that are singing soul music that people notoriously think are black artists.
Yeah.
And so one of them is a gentleman called Bobby Caldwell. And Bobby Caldwell, he is, dude, it's so good. He's got some incredible soul music to where, you know, if you had like the Pepsi Challenge, you would think this would be like an Otis Redding, like a 60-year-old black soul singer, and he's is incredible. But he's like a white dude with a fedora, and it's awesome.
Bobby Caldwell.
Done. Check it out, dude. And it's cool because so like on his album covers, it was always like in a shadow. He's always like sitting on a park bench. You never saw what he looked like. And it was a move by the record companies to not show it because they kept getting all these sales.
Yeah.
And they were afraid that the soul community would disregard this guy because he's a white dude.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm telling you, Bobby Caldwell, awesome. But Blue Eyed Soul in general, you find that soul music, retro soul, is a genre I've really kind of reacquainted myself with and just kind of fallen back in love with because of this list.
Cool.
It's so much fun, man.
Well, you're on trail. You are putting on a headset or you're laying down in your tent.
Right.
Give me 3 albums you're taking to the trail with you. When you hit that tent, you get all bundled up in your sleeping bag like 2, 3
And
p.m.
think of me having the, what's it called with the AirPods?
Transparency mode.
Transparency mode.
Yeah.
With the sounds of the forest.
Oh, so you can wait. Hold on. Sorry. While you're thinking, this transparency mode allows you to play music, but also hear
It's
outside
incredible,
of you?
dude. It's incredible.
What the
It's
fuck?
like if you come up and start talking to me when I have them in, they're almost like hearing aids. Like I can hear you perfectly, like I don't have them in.
But you can also hear the music playing?
Yeah.
There's multiple versions.
Oh, this changes up the game dramatically because I would pick a whole different 3 albums. It'd be like Anya or Enya, you know what I mean? Like some very earthy soul kind of music.
So you have like your noise canceling where like it cuts out everything. There's adaptive where it's like noise canceling, but if it picks up noise around you, it like cuts it back completely to where it's just the audio. So like if I have noise canceling on and you walk up to me and you're like, "Hey, Justin, this," it would drop the noise canceling to adaptive to hear to your voice.
That's what those Xbox headphones do that you
And then there's
sold
transparency, which is what I use on a daily basis, where it cancels out any background noise. It's like doing on a microphone, like using a USB mic or an XLR mic. Like it gets rid of all that background rumble and noise, and it's just your music, or it'll kind of tone it back a little bit if there's other noise that it picks up that they assumes that you want to hear. So like
Holy
people
Moses.
talking. Yeah, it's fantastic.
That's the sweetest. So you have 3 albums. You're laying in your tent. You're on a 3-day backpacking trip. Which 3 albums are you going to listen to?
This is tough because normally I'm not an album guy. I'm a playlist guy. And I was afraid of this question because I know a lot of your guys' coworkers listen to this show. Yeah. And I'm afraid that they're going to, because I'm sure Taylor talks about me at work. Yeah. And I'm afraid they're going to think I'm a psychopath.
Well, that's actually what she talks about you. She always says, my husband, the psychopath.
Yeah.
So you're not going to let anybody down.
Thank God. Good. Because I made the mistake of making a playlist last night. And if you just make a playlist on Spotify, it'll say my playlist number, whatever. And it was 1,577.
Holy smokes.
I'm the guy that has a playlist for like, I'm going to go take a shower. Let me put on my shower playlist. I have I'm driving to Missouri. Well, here's my I'm now reaching St. Louis playlist.
All right, let's take the playlist.
I'm going to give you 5 songs. How about that?
Yeah, 5 songs.
I'll give you 5 songs.
Have you ever watched the show The Patriot?
No, my brother's talking about that show.
Because there's a whole scene where the dude's pumped because he has to do like a mission. Like, it's very critical. But he had to choose the right song to listen to while he's doing the mission. And it's Sure Shot by Beastie Boys.
Oh, that's such a good song.
That's
Beastie
fun.
Boys for any kind of mission like that is awesome. Taylor makes fun of me because, like, so where I live, I know we're probably running low on time, and I'm
you're all good.
So where I live, you guys have been to my house.
Yep.
There's a donut shop right outside and a little cafe right outside of my addition. We're talking like 2 minutes.
Right.
Taylor will get pissed because I will sit in the car for 10 minutes trying to find a perfect song that is going to last that 2 minutes to go to the store. She'll be like, "Hey, can you go to Dollar General to grab like, diapers or whatever?" Like, yeah, I got you. Then she'll be like, it's been like 25 minutes. What the fuck are you doing? And then she'll look me up, which is a mistake. I should never let her see my location. She's like, "You're still fucking at the house?" And I'm like, "I gotta find the right song, man." Fuck.
That's great, dude. That's great.
Okay, so with me, music on the trail, I would probably, and this is, I don't know, my go-to is probably some Jim Croce.
Okay.
I would probably have something, probably some Jim Croce.
I was wondering if you would get vibey with it. Like if you would be like, well, since I'm out in the woods, I'm backpacking, it's got to be some twang, some folk.
I mean, that's kind of where I'm going with the Jim Croce. Walking back to Georgia.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. Honestly, I'm going through a really weird phase right now where I'm doing a lot of Neil Young lately.
Oh,
So probably
Harvest Moon,
Harvest Moon, which is on the list. We did that album. It's a fantastic album.
That is an album.
Horse with No Name.
Yeah.
I'll probably do something along those lines.
Okay.
One that I think people wouldn't really expect. There's a genre of music called retro soul.
Yeah.
And there's an artist called Pale J.
Yeah.
Who I am obsessed with. I am obsessed with Pale J.
Pale J.
He's got I think he's only got like 3 or 4 albums out, but one album on the album is called Bewilderment. He's got a song called oh my god, Darkest Desire. And it's very like new soul-y, kind of light and airy. It's kind of a vibe I would probably dig, but hip hop, I would have some hip hop on my list.
Yeah.
And specifically, Common has an album called B. I think it was like 2006.
I remember that one.
Fantastic album, dude.
Yeah.
It's got Tri-City on it.
Yep.
The Corners, another great song on that album. But his intro to that album is called B, parentheses, intro. Fantastic intro. That's like the perfect campfire, sitting by the fire. Just got 10 up, starting to get dusk. We're hanging out. That's like the perfect song for me.
Nice.
Love that song.
Brad, when you say you listen to music, do you have a specific like genre or album you roll to?
Yeah, I do normally have like a playlist.
Yeah?
And it's usually like more melodic, a lot of harmonizing.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like First Aid Kit or
Ooh, I don't know that.
Monsters and Men.
I do know something
Monsters
about
and Men,
them.
really? That's interesting.
Yeah. Like there's a live YouTube performance that they have that's like really good.
Hey, I always like the live music.
Dude, there's something magical about live.
Yeah,
that's how you know you've got a great artist. If you can listen to their live music and not want to punch yourself in the face.
And it sounds better.
That's
than the
all
album.
I ever listened to.
You know what? Go ahead.
I got one that'll probably throw you off too. Another one.
Rolling,
I
Limp
usually
Bizkit.
have Unknown Pleasures by Joy Division downloaded
Dude,
too.
oh, that album
It's
is
amazing.
Do you know how they came up with the logo for that album? They were literally just looking through an encyclopedia, and it was through an earthquake. It was a seismograph results. And that's where they came up with the logo for that album.
That's an album you said?
Yeah.
Unknown Pleasure. It's like one of their big ones. It's typically like the blue background with like...
Oh, dude, I'm not going to know. Sing a song from it.
That's got... I think that has... Well, a B one on that is, I think, Ceremony. They do an uncut version of Ceremony, but Transmission is on that one.
Yeah, but you got to
It's
sing
like
it. You gotta
it's like
sing
a
lick.
super. They're like one of the first like all rock kind of bands.
Well, you're familiar with Joy Division, right?
No.
Oh, my God.
I'm not the music guy in the group.
God, dude. Joy
like
Division.
you're talking about popping on songs. I'm going to play a podcast.
Joy
immediately.
Division. So the cool thing about Joy Division is they have a very unique sound to them.
Yeah.
And it's because it's their lead singer, Ian Curtis. And he talks like this. You know the song Blue Monday?
No.
How do you feel?
Yes.
Okay, so that is by a band called New Order. New Order is Joy Division. Ian Curtis, I mean, it's really depressing. He had committed suicide.
Jesus
and so the
Christ,
band
Justin.
he had. I know. I'm sorry.
They only did like 2 albums. I think.
2 albums. They had a ton of singles, but Unknown Pleasure is like their real big one, and like all of their Transmission. If you guys are listening and you don't know who Joy Division is, Transmission is a fantastic taste of Joy Division. Ceremony is one of my favorites. That's covered all the time.
I'll pop this album out.
Oh.
Joy Division it's not a yacht rock?
No.
It's post punk.
Nice.
It's post punk. So they were kind of dabbling in the punk rock. It's a UK band, and they were kind of that transition. So New Order is very, very poppy, I would say, right?
Yeah.
And that's like their progression after Ian had passed. What is their song that after he had passed? There was a song that came out shortly after. Fuck, that's gonna piss me off so much.
I can't think of it.
Tear Us Apart. Love will tear us apart again. They play it all the time. I think it's in Boston or one of the arenas. I can't remember what it is. Maybe it's New York.
Have you guys ever heard of Friends?
This show, Friends?
Because
I'll
that's
be there for
you.
No, that song sucks. I promise, dude. You of all people would dig Joy Division. That's so cool. I never would have picked you as a Joy Division.
I think
guy, man.
I heard it from Oh, dang. It's a guy that was like in a punk rock band, Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins.
Yeah.
He was like, there was like an interview on something, and he said that like that band was one of the most influential bands that he ever heard.
Sure, dude.
And then I started looking, and like, yeah, like a lot of rock, like bands and stuff say that. Oh,
dude,
yeah, Joy Division, like,
they're massive,
like,
dude. They started
Yeah.
off as a band called Warsaw, and then switched because they were getting shit because they were, very Nazi-tized sounding name.
And I think they were like even dressed like skinheads. Like they weren't skinheads, but
Well,
they
Joy
were
Division
just like
is-
fuck
yeah.
everybody.
Joy Division is a Nazi reference as well.
Yeah.
That's pretty Nazi
And
oriented.
this was like 70s, like still fresh.
Did you ever mess with the Monks?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot.
Dude, they're great. They have that album Black Monk Time. It's fucking dope, dude. That's great.
That's
Peter
an
Hook
awesome
is-
album name.
It's awesome, dude. It's so good. Peter Hook, who's a bass player for Joy Division, he currently is touring with New Order. And so he does like a whole Joy Division set and then a New Order set. It's incredible. I think he was just recently like in India or something.
Nice.
But you should check out the Replacements. That's a good one too. Listeners, I gotta stop. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm
Okay,
so
good
sorry.
point. Good-
Holy shit, dude. I'm
Good
so
job.
sorry.
Hey, if anybody wants to check out any of that music we've been talking about, dude, like me, I'm going to be checking out Joy Division, I think, because that post-punk thing kind of makes me a little bit worried because I've heard some post-punk musicians
dude.
that I'm not into, but I'll definitely, if Henry Rollins is digging it, that guy's quite the poet, by the way. But do you have anything else, Justin?
No, I think that's it, man. We've got a podcast that we release. I'm going to do a plug. Sorry, shameless
Yeah,
plug.
please do.
We release it every Tuesday. It's called Cultured Dudes.
Yeah.
So it's my uncle and I, Funkle Hipster, who lives out in L.A. We're not just music. Primarily, right now, we're doing the Rolling Stone Greatest Album list, but we do a bunch of top 5 lists. One of our biggest ones was top 5 weapons you would use in a zombie apocalypse.
Nice.
Can't use guns.
Yes.
We do a lot of movie stuff. It's all just basically pop culture stuff where we just sit there and talk about whatever strikes our fancy. So,
Dude, and it is long form and it is funny as fuck.
Yeah.
It gives you, if you're looking for something just to kind of dive into for hours, you got this, dude.
yeah, typically
It's awesome.
We've been trying to cut it back a little bit.
Oh,
but it's,
well, shit. Fuck me.
well, we're still like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I mean, it's 2 guys. So we started doing it because my when my uncle lived in town, it was just he and I would just sit there and we would just talk music, man. And we would just be like, hey, have you checked this out? Check out this song or check out this band. And then we decided like, hey, people enjoy finding new music or finding new movies. Let's just talk about it and make a couple dick jokes while we're at it. So it's definitely
Nice.
definitely
Explicit.
NSFW. I mean, we definitely make some wild, inappropriate jokes. But yeah, man, if you're looking for something fun and
Hell
just
yeah.
like a good laugh at a guy that's a fucking idiot, this guy.
Well, I definitely dig it. There ain't no doubt about that. And we'll
Thank
make
you.
sure we
Thank
get you
you.
on our socials and also on our website. So if any listeners want to check them out, you can get on our socials, get to our website. Check out the Culture Dudes podcast, man.
Awesome. Thank you, gentlemen. Guys,
Yeah.
truly, this has been fucking incredible.
Oh.
I have absolutely loved hanging out and chatting with you
Potentially
guys.
more
It's been a
incredible for me, dude. This has
Yeah,
been,
you're gonna
this
find
has
Joy
been
Division.
super fun. Yeah, I get Joy Division out of this, dude. I am Joy Division right now, dude. I'm gonna be smiling from ear to ear for a weekend.
Well, look it up what Joy Division means, and then you just
Oh,
Which is hilarious that he doesn't.
okay, never mind. I am not Joy Division. I'm just joyous.
there you go.
Done. Okay, let's get out of here. If you guys want to check us out, Busted Pretty at Blue Sky, bustedpretty.com, or Busted Knees at Pretty Trees on Instagram. Check
Yeah.
us out, follow us, like us, and download.
Oh, hey, and you can see my photos on my website, BradleyGreerPhotography.com.
Oh,
shit.
dude. Let's go. Dude, your photos are fucking great. Let's go.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
they're gorgeous.
All right, we're out of here.
Keep on sauntering.
Oh.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Get well, Travis.